Hi, this is Sherry from Style Tips with Sherry. And if you're a regular around here, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you're new, well, welcome to you as well. And I hope you'll stick around and watch some of the other videos, but we do have a lot of fun here. And I do try to answer every comment. So make a comment and let me know that you're here. Well, on today's video, I'm super excited about today's video because we are going to start talking about trends, and everybody loves trends. Everybody wants to know what the trends are, and I want to bring them to you. What I'm going to actually do over the next couple of weeks is I'm actually going to break up the trends and give them to you in bite-sized chunks, because I think sometimes we get like all these trend reports and they're so huge and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with them? So I'm going to break it down. In fact, I'm even narrowing down the color that I'm going to talk to you about. So today we're going to talk about the colors of the neutral colors and a couple of the pop colors, a couple of the brighter colors, kind of the big colors you'll see out this season. And then I'm also going to talk to you about the patterns that are out, the patterns and the prints that you're going to find. And then next week, I know what I'm going to talk to you about next week. I don't know about the following week, but the next week, I'm going to talk to you about the fabrics that you're going to find this spring and what to be looking for. And I'll tell you, some of those fabrics, you can probably go back to the 80s and the 90s. If you still have some of those clothes, I'm telling you, girlfriend, you can pull them out like they're there. I love the fabrics for this season. And I'm also going to talk to you about the details that you're going to find on the pieces this season. So that's next week. But this week, I'm going to talk about color and prints. Let's start with the neutrals. The neutrals this season are if I could give you a kind of an overall word for them, I would say muted. Some of the trend colors, some of the names are earth brown, red earth, rose brown, sand, warm khaki. Are you with me? So they're just more of a muted palette. And then we do have black and we do have navy, and we actually have about 3 different shades of white. So you have regular white, then you have brilliant white. Brilliant white is just a brighter white. So whatever that means. And sand is a white, but it's more of like an earthy white, kind of like, think about sand. It kind of is more of an ivory kind of white. And so when you're thinking about building your wardrobe this season, think in these terms of these more muted colors. Now, if you tend to be somebody who looks better in brighter colors, say you're a clear, or maybe you're a cool and you look better in maybe some of the cooler, brighter colors, stay with me, because you can wear the whites. Cool grays are really popular this season, more than warm grays. You're not going to see a lot of warm grays. You're going to see more of a cool gray palette. So if you're a cool, then that's where you would go in that direction. But really just think about how you can incorporate some of these more muted, beautiful, rosy shades into your wardrobe. It's interesting that I love monochromatic dressing. So if you don't know what monochromatic dressing is, it's wearing the same color from head to toe. And so it doesn't have to be the exact shade, but it's variations on the shade. And I love them so much, like outfits that are made like that. So think about when you see some of these monochromatic or when you see some of these neutral colors, think on what could you do to create a monochromatic outfit. Could you do a top and a bottom in the same color in maybe the red earth or the rose brown? I don't know. It could be beautiful. If you look better in the cooler shades, then maybe it would be better to do a kind of the cool gray and then blend in with that maybe an oyster. There's oyster mushroom, which is their kind of think about a mushroom. It's exactly what it looks like. So just really beautiful monochromatic shades. So be thinking in that direction. So what could you do to build a couple of these pieces? And I would recommend that for spring, as you're building, think about building it in columns. And so having a top and a bottom in very similar colors. So maybe you're going to add 3 columns to your wardrobe this season. And as you think on that, that's just a great way to look in your wardrobe, see what you already have, and then what you need to put on your list to go check out and see what they have. So, all right, so showed you those colors, and you can see they're just beautiful and just a little bit more muted. So when it comes to trend colors, There are a lot of trend colors this season, like I said, but the two I'm going to focus on in today's video are blues and greens. So Pantone comes out with the color of the year. They're the industry expert on what is going to be popular for the season. And so they decided that this year it is classic blue. If you remember last year, the color of the year, and it's not only for spring, it goes for the whole year. So they pick one color and they lead that throughout the whole year. So last year, the color was living coral. So if you remember, living coral kind of went through the spring, through the summer, and then even in the fall, there was some color. But it sort of died out in the fall because it was a little bit brighter. Whereas classic blue, I think the shades that are showing in this blue, you can wear all year round and they're going to be beautiful. And so here's the thing with the classic blues. There is a shade for everyone. And I would say don't worry about like, oh my goodness, is this the right shade? Just wear blue. Wear some blues, get some brighter blues, some more muted blues. I'm going to give you some of the names of the blues just to kind of give you an idea of what is. I've got my report in front of me, so I'm gonna just kind of look at this here. Some names of blues: mosaic blue, blueberry, turquoise, storm. So storm is actually a deep green, but sounds like a blue, doesn't it? All right, and then for the greens, we've got chive, which is going to be my favorite. Chive's actually a very similar to what I have on. I don't know if the color's showing up right, but it's kind of what I have on. Some other names of greens are mint green, saffron, nope, saffron's a mustard, sage green, Biscay green. Okay, so I had to look up, like, what is Biscay green? Like, what does that look like? All right, so I dug in my scarves, and I really kind of came up with, after I did the research, it's sort of like this deep turquoise, just a rich, strong green. But then you're gonna see, this is probably more like turquoise. Then you're gonna find greens like this. You're gonna find greens like this. Really, all shades of green. And so that's what I want you to think about when you're building your wardrobe. So think about, okay, how can I incorporate some blues and some greens into my wardrobe that are going to just help me to look brighter and sunshinier? Really, that's just a great way to put it, because adding blues and greens to your wardrobe this season are going to be absolutely essential. And like I said, I don't know if I said this, I was thinking it, the top designers, even the top designers, are not wearing so much black. They're not showing so much black in their lines. They're really showing brighter colors. So feel free to just get some brighter colors this season. Okay, so I said we're gonna focus on the blues and the greens, but just so you know, there are a lot of other colors that are out there. And I mentioned saffron, that's kind of like a mustard color, but there's coral pink, there's bright yellows, there's bright reds, red's a big color. Think brighter. That's all you have to think about this season. So if you have your color swatches, pull out the brighter colors and go with that for this season. All right. So I hope you like the photos that we put up so you could just kind of see different combinations of the colors being worn together. And just comment below, which is your favorite color? So are you going to go for the blues or the greens or more of the neutral shades? So I know I'm going to go more for the chive color and just kind of really build that in, maybe with some of those warm brown shades, or maybe even add white. And let me talk to you about white, just if you're a warm, because sometimes you think you can't wear white. I think if you put a warm color with it, like chive, that it's going to be just perfect. And then really put some bold gold jewelry on, and we'll talk about jewelry in a couple of weeks too. Okay, so let's talk about prints. This season, there are 10 prints that are key in the trends. All right, so we're going to show those trends to you and in the pictures, and you're going to see them, and I just want you to pick your favorite. And I would also like you to put in the comment, maybe when you put what your favorite color is, also put what your favorite print is. And I would bet that the one that wins is what you're going to see mostly in the stores. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing that, let's take a test. Let's see which one actually shows up the most in the stores. All right, so here we go. So the first trend is polka dots. You are going to see a lot of polka dots. And remember that polka dots don't just have to be black and white. They can be red and white. They can be red and yellow. They can be pink and yellow. They can be a combination. It's just polka dots that are big this season. Here's the other thing. Keep in mind your frame size. So if you're a smaller gal, then smaller polka dots are going to be better for you. If you're a larger gal, then larger polka dots. Remember my frame size. If you haven't watched those videos, you might want to go back and check that out. It's all about how to determine what size accessories and prints and patterns are best for you. And it's all based on your frame size. So you might want to check that out. So polka dots is number one. Number two is animal prints. Okay, go figure. This pattern is never going to go away. In fact, it's actually considered one of the top neutral colors for the spring season. So animal prints of any kind, although snake print is the next one I'm going to tell, like a snake skin is next, that's number 3. But animal print of any kind of animal print is going to be big. When you put in the comments, like if animal print, because I think we all love animal print for the most part, try to pick something other than animal print and snakeskin. Let's see about the other ones, okay? Next, number 3 is snakeskin. Snakeskin ankle boots, snakeskin ballet flats, snakeskin sandals, all kinds of anything in snakeskin. The next one, number 4, rainforest prints. What do you think about that? And honestly, it's just sort of like a background of deep greens and some black in there, and it just looks like a rainforest. What would you wear that with? Maybe a jacket, maybe a blouse, a silk blouse, maybe a scarf. If you don't want to be super daring, go for a scarf, a neck scarf. And actually neck scarves are also back, but we'll get to that one day in one of these series. All right, number 5, palm fronds. What? Yes, palm fronds. So you can wear a t-shirt with a palm frond on it, or a full dress with palm fronds on it. Yeah, you can. Beautiful. All right, next, floral is back. Floral was popular last year as well, and it's back, but in brighter colors. Last year there was a lot of more muted shades in florals. This year it's bright colors. All right. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're on number 7 is psychedelic. So if you remember the 70s, then this might be the pattern for you, psychedelic. So it's showing up everywhere. And 8, blocked prints. All right, so what is that? Hopefully we'll show you some good examples of that. It's just color. It's kind of color blocking, but not done the way color blocking used to be done. This is more done with geometric patterns and just different shades on outfits, but specifically blocked out in color, but really more maybe like diamonds and like circles and just geometric kind of blocked out. Okay, I said circles, probably not circles. Squares, rectangle, diamonds, that kind of thing. Number 9 is plaid. Plaid is back. Plaid's fun for spring. It was very popular last fall, but it's a fun color. It's a fun pattern, and you'll see it. Don't confuse it with check. Checks are smaller, kind of, but plaid really has more of a pattern that moves through it. So that is number 9, and number 10 is mixed prints. I just love mixed prints because it just looks like a piece of art. And so mixed prints really, and you can do it with maybe a different print on top and then a different print or pattern on the bottom with 2 different garments, and just making sure that the colors weave together well. That's it for trends. So really just helping you to understand that brighter colors are in this season, more than black and white. You're going to see some of that, but brighter colors. I'd love for you to concentrate on the blues and the greens because everybody can wear them. Pick one that you love, and then maybe get a couple of monochromatic outfits so you can weave in those colors with it. And I do want to say something about white. I talked to you about white, but white is also, you're going to see a lot of white, sort of different shades of white weaving themselves through patterns and garments. And so don't be afraid to mix whites when wearing them together. You might wear a white and an ivory together, which I think in the past we never would have done, but that could be fun. So try something out like that, or maybe get a white blouse. And white blouses are going to be very big this season, but maybe get a white blouse and then put a muted color, maybe ivory, maybe an ivory vest over it or something like that. So just sort of mixing the two that way, or a white blouse and then get maybe a light color, maybe a sand color wooden necklace. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. And if you're not subscribed, I hope that you will. And if you leave a comment, would love to know what's your favorite color and what's your favorite pattern. And if you love animal print, just say I love animal print, but you told me I couldn't pick it, so I'm going to pick something else. And it'll be fun to see if that's what shows up in the stores this season. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next weekend, back on Saturday. See ya. Bye-bye.